I don't usually talk about that night. Maybe because saying it out loud makes it real again. It was the summer of 2005. I was a junior at State University, studying mechanical engineering. The semester had just ended, and I was heading home, back to the Philly metro area. I had planned to hit the road before sunset, but a friend needed help moving out. By the time I was ready to leave, the sky had already turned orange. I figured, no big deal. It was just under 3 hours. I'd driven that road plenty of times before. I loaded everything into my SUV, packed some snacks, and started driving. It was summer. I was heading home. Honestly, I was in a pretty good mood. About an hour in, the sun was gone. The darkness bathed the roads between valleys. Just tree-covered hills and long, empty valleys. No lights, no signs. Even the radio started cutting out. Then I saw it. Hazard lights blinking. A pickup truck pulled off to the shoulder, right at the bend of a curve. A man stood beside it, waving, both hands up. He looked to be in his 40s. His stance was urgent, maybe even desperate. I was the kind of person who liked helping people. I knew cars. I'd worked on engines for fun. In this area, cell service was spotty at best. It made sense. He might not have been able to call for help. I instinctively started to slow down. But as I crept closer, the more I began noticing things that didn't quite add up. The man's clothes were a little too clean. The truck was idling. The hood wasn't popped. There were no tools out. No signs he'd even tried to fix anything. That's when I noticed something next to him, on the ground. At first, I thought it was just part of the truck. But as my headlights angled in, it was an axe. Not a hatchet, not a utility tool. A full-sized axe, its edge catching the headlights for a split second. My body just locked, shoulders, breath, everything. My grip tightened on the steering wheel. I didn't have a conscious thought, but every part of me screamed, "Drive!" I swerved slightly back into the lane, stepped on the gas, and passed without stopping. As I passed him, I avoided eye contact. No checking mirrors, no second guessing. Then, thud. A heavy, dull impact hit the back of my car. I didn't look, didn't slow down. I couldn't, I just kept on driving. When I finally pulled into the driveway, it was like my entire body unclenched at once. I went inside the house and locked every door I could think of. And for the next 2 days, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I just stayed inside, trying to shake off this unsettling feeling. Then, on the third morning, I turned on the news.
We have breaking news out of central Pennsylvania this morning. A man in his 40s has been arrested in connection with a string of violent attacks along U.S. Route 322. Police believe he may be responsible for at least 2 murders and multiple attempted assaults over the past year. According to authorities, the suspect used isolated, unlit stretches of the highway.
And there it was. It was him! Same man, same face. What? He killed 2 people? I immediately ran outside, walked around to the back of my SUV. There it was. A dent. A deep, arcing groove across the bumper. And along its edge, the faint imprint of something sharp. He was aiming for the rear tires, but missed. Barely. Ever since that day, I just couldn't drive that stretch of road the same way again. To this day, on some nights when I'm driving late, I still feel like I hear that sound. And I wonder, if I had braked just a 3-second longer, if my foot had hesitated, would I still be here to tell you this?